Welcome to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in today. We are on video 11 of our M416 Overlanding Bugout trailer build. So I've made a little more progress with this thing and just kind of wanted to share with you guys and kind of tell you where I'm at and my thoughts on it so far, and if you are looking at building one of these, that may be helpful to you. So if you notice, since the last time we talked, I've added 2 boxes and I've added a roof rack or cargo basket. And so this whole overlanding trailer situation is one of those where it's kind of personal preference, and you're going to have some sacrifices, and we'll kind of talk about that. So I got lucky and I found these boxes here. These boxes I found local, and I paid 50 bucks for both of them. So great deal. They're aluminum. I had to do a couple little repairs on them, but they're in great shape. I had to replace these. They were rusted. Was able to, drill the others out, put the new ones on. They had an exact fit at Home Depot. Show you kind of inside what we got going on here, if I can get the lid open. So nice and deep. So just another way to store things and keep it dry and secure. So I have one of these front and rear, and of course I had the tongue box that we talked about, and there you go with the roof rack. The cargo basket roof rack I got at Amazon, so it can expand the capacity of this thing and be able to carry even more gear. But let's talk about sacrifices and things like that. So you've got a few different concepts when it comes to overlanding or off-road style trailers. Is you can have a closed concept where it's totally closed, and I'll break it down into categories. So you have what I consider a camper type trailer that maybe some people call them a teardrop. They can be in different shapes, but you can actually sleep in it, and obviously they're enclosed. Then you have a utility style trailer similar to this, but it is enclosed some way, and that could mean that it's just a complete box, or it's a trailer similar to this that has some type of closure over the top of it. Then you have an open concept like this, and there's advantages and disadvantages to all of those. If you are dealing with a teardrop trailer, the obvious is it's enclosed and it's really designed it's big enough to sleep in, and sometimes in my opinion it'd be hard to carry some gear. Once you get to where you're going, even if you carry gear inside of it, you're going to have to unload that gear, and it's going to be exposed to the elements if you plan on sleeping in it. Okay, so that's one situation. If you're dealing with a trailer like this that's enclosed, maybe just a box style, then again you can carry your gear in it. You can't sleep in it, so you're going to still do a rooftop tent, or you're going to do a ground tent that's packed inside the box itself. Now the box itself is great. It does keep things weatherproof, but at the end of the day you're going to have to keep stuff kind of packed in there and then pull it out, use it, put it back, whatever, and you can't haul anything else with it. And what I mean by that is, if I want to go get a load of wood, or I just need to go pick up something at Lowe's, maybe some lumber or something, you really can't do that with an enclosed box, unless it's just long enough and big enough, then maybe. But most likely in these smaller overlanding style trailers you can't do that. The third concept, which is what I have, I can go to Lowe's, I can go grab some lumber if I've got a project at home or whatever. Now mine is limited to the fact that I don't have a tailgate. So the M416s did not come with tailgates. A lot of people cut them in, and that's fine. They do add a little more usability with the tailgate, but it destroys the value as far as an M416. So if you want to kind of maintain and keep your value of what it is as a military trailer, it's not advised to cut any type of tailgate system in it. It's just to leave it alone. So then, like I said, the other disadvantages with this is the obvious. Everything, for the most part, is going to be exposed to the weather. Except for, like I did, I decided to build some boxes or buy some boxes and build them into the system, where I do have some secured boxes that are not just like totes inside the body of the trailer. And but I can secure things in here, this one, and of course the tongue box. Now the tongue box, I'm probably going to wind up utilizing most of the space in it with tools, a battery system, probably attached to a solar system somehow, so I can run some other things that I might need to run on the trail or recharge, like batteries and things like that, phones, or be able to hook up maybe my I got a little, it's an ARB style refrigerator, and I'll do a video on that one day that I picked up, and stuff like that. So advantages and disadvantages, that's something you're going to have to decide. And the biggest factor of all this is price. Some of these teardrop trailers start in the $5,000 to $8,000 range, go up. The enclosed style trailers, box style, and or like this, that's still this design, but it is enclosed without, you know, like a permanent type of closure that's made of metal or some hard structure, not just like a canvas or tarp style. I was just on YouTube looking at some other videos, and some of those things are going to start, you know, again in the $5,000 to $8,000 range. I just watched a video a while ago that one of those trailers, the base price is $12,000. And so far, guys, I've got less than $2,000 in this thing. It's just under $2,000. My goal with everything, with having it outfitted, was going to be in the $2,500 range, and that's what I've been trying to stick with. But and somebody questioned, I posted this up on a couple of forums, and somebody questioned about the rack being so far back, and what they're talking about is weight distribution. Well, I feel like if I pack this thing correctly, I should be fine. This thing's kind of a work in progress, so we'll just have to see. But I do like the idea that it slid back, and the reason I slid mine back was because of my awning. If I slide, you have to remember this, I could have bought this larger potentially, but when you get them longer to take this front one and move it forward, which would have been fine, they start getting wider, and I only have 40 inches of space between these little bars end to end. And that's the problem, is finding one that was long enough but yet not too wide that would fit in this ladder rack system. So the other reason I couldn't slide it forward is because of my awning. I wanted it as far back as I could, because if you start moving it into here, then you're going to lose space with your awning. And I still may do some adjustment on this. That's another reason I went with these instead of a permanent, either drilled or welded setup, is these clamps. And I may wind up adjusting or playing with that a little bit, but I think if the trailer's packed correctly, it would be fine. One concept I thought about is they make tarps of all sizes. Yes, if I'm driving back and forth to camp, then things are going to be exposed, so you're going to have to put them in totes and whatever, waterproof boxes. But once I get to camp, I could actually tarp this entire trailer and just stake it off, and then that way the stuff inside is not exposed to the weather, just sitting there all the time. Driving, this trailer should drain like it should with the drain holes and stuff that I've put in, you know, in that mat. And then of course the trailer has drain holes that was built in from the factory when they built the thing. You know, the military used this trailer as is, with an open concept. They did have a tarp system and that they utilized some, but for the most part it was utilized this way, open, for the most part. But I've got some pretty cool things coming that I'm going to add to it. Up here where it says Max Haul, I've got some custom decals that I've got ordered that I should have in the next week or so. They're going to be like the TRD style, still kind of playing to the FJ and the Toyota side of this trailer and what I drive. But overall, I'm very pleased so far. I think it gives me a lot of capacity. My goal is to utilize this here even if I'm not going to carry a whole lot back here, I'm going to utilize this for a kitchen area. And I've decided, because this thing's elevated, I think I can fit my chuck box on it by putting some kind of block system here to raise it up so it's supported in the middle. And then with the awning, I should be able to have my chuck box back here and just go ahead and set up a kitchen type setup on this back side. You know, I'm gonna, like I said, it's a work in progress. It may change over time. I may wind up taking this system completely off, putting a hard cover on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet, but I do know that I feel like that I've got it set up now where it's usable, and it should be able to carry a lot of capacity and carry, you know, what I need to carry as far as travels and stuff like that for trips. But anyway, guys, just want to kind of give you a look. If you noticed, I've added my traction mats by X-Bull. Same concept I've used before. I use these conduit hangers and a long threaded bolt, and these here, I've done a video about making these for your roof racks, but they also work on something like this. These are here, I just stuck them up here. I wanted to have a way to carry them when I'm on the trail. Obviously these are going to be with me on the FJ, and then I'll put them on the FJ itself. But just traveling back and forth to camp, if I just want to put them on here, you know, I figured I would do that. I'm also going to probably figure out some type of water shower system to have with this that incorporates it into the trailer itself. I've got a system I've showed before that is just a portable system. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just kind of wanted to give you an update on where we were with this thing and what it looks like so far, and I will keep posting and updating as we go along and get more finished up with it. Anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. If you like the videos, give us a thumbs up. It's down there. Also share content. It's over there in the same section. It helps us get the word out about Guns and Gear Network and when we release new videos. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.